Welcome back to the Pam and Peggy Show. With me today is Shannon Nelson, Foster Families Development Coordinator with McMan.
Yes.
So Shannon, I understand your job is to find foster families, foster parents for kids who need them. Is that right?
Yes, I do the recruitment, screening, and training of foster families and respite providers.
Okay, so how do you do that? What's involved in that work?
Well, our job is to do recruitment, which is looking if you see road signs around town or any posters, social media, any of the things that we advertise. We're looking for people who would be interested in taking children into their home. Respite is on a short basis. Full-time fostering is 24/7 care. So you kind of pick what is in your best interest for your family, and then we help you move through that process. So there's training that's involved that we do. It's called orientation for caregivers training. So that's a one-weekend training that takes 22 hours, and that just gives you an idea of what you're potentially getting yourself into and whether it's a good fit for your family. So there's no cost for that training, and there's no obligation to move forward. So you can come if you don't feel it's a good fit, then that's fine. If you decide now's not the right time, if you want your children to be older, or if you just don't want to do it right now, then you can just wait a couple years or whatever that might look like, or we can go ahead with a screening process right away.
So what's involved with screening? Can anyone apply to be a foster parent?
Yep, anyone can apply, but not anyone can be approved. So my job is to screen to ensure that people have appropriate motivation and that they're a good fit. We need stable, healthy families. So that's what we're looking for.
So what could a stable, healthy family be? An older couple, same-sex couple, could be a single parent?
Yeah, absolutely. So married, divorced, common law, widowed, that's fine. We just need to make sure that whatever situation that you're in, that it's a stable situation. So we would meet with you, kind of talk about what's going on, and then we would assess from there.
Okay, so are people reimbursed for their skills as a foster parent?
And so there's two ways that you're compensated. So there's maintenance money that's provided, and that's the cost of raising the child, and then there's also a skill fee. So that's your compensation for being a foster parent.
I don't imagine that this is a way to make a lot of money. You don't get rich as a foster
Nope.
parent.
I always tell people if you're looking for the money, there's way easier ways to do it. It's because you want to help kids and that you're compensated for it, but it's certainly not a moneymaker.
Right. So how does it help the children and their families by having foster parents involved?
So what it is biological families have issues that for whatever reason the children can't be in the home. So it gives them a time away to work through whatever they need to, and it gives the children a stable environment to be in the meantime. So we just want to make sure that we are able to provide safe places for the children to go while mom and dad try to get better so that they can keep the kids in their care long term.
And in most cases, do the kids go back to their families, or does
it vary? In lots of the cases they do. There's some that it's just not feasible, but we always look at other options. So there's kinship care, which is family or some type of connection with somebody else that they can be placed with, or there's also adoption, and we're always looking for adoptive parents as well.
Okay. So how long have you been doing this work, Shannon?
I've been with McMan for 17 years, and I've been in this role for 8 years.
For 8 years, and you must like it.
I do like it. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
The fostering community is a close-knit community, and I really like adding people to that mix. So I enjoy it.
So you mentioned before we started that this is, we're in the fall, October is the Foster Parent Appreciation Month.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so it's an important role for families to take. And
Yep. Absolutely, and I think we take October just to acknowledge all of the hard work, because fostering's not always easy. Certainly worth it, but it's not easy. So we want to take 1 month where we really acknowledge what they do, and that it can be pretty thankless, but we put on an appreciation event for them, which just happened recently, and then we try to do anything extra that we can to show them how much we care about what they do.
Absolutely. If somebody wants to learn more about fostering, do they email, phone you? How do they reach you?
They can call McMan at 527-1588, and you can be directly put into me, or you can email. We have a website, mcmanfoster.com. We have social media, so Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. So if you Google, you should be able to find one of those things.
So people should be not afraid to inquire and to see if it's a good fit for them, and maybe a way to contribute their skills, their nurturing to someone else, to another
Absolutely.
family.
And I'll walk you through the process. And if any time you decide that it's not a good fit, then we just stop. There's no pressure.
Yeah.
There's no obligation to go forward.
Okay, so no harm in asking.
That's right.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Shannon, for being our guest today, and we look forward to hearing more about your programs. I'm sure it's a growing need and one that's very important in our community. So don't go away. We will be back after the break. Peggy is going to interview an old pal of mine, Blaine Chevery.